Sovete discipuli and sovete omnes. Welcome again to another episode of Latin in Layman's. We're going to be doing another periodic table, but this kind of time around we're also going to be applying it to a pathology that you might see in presenting to the emergency room with this deficiency, if you will, because I'm already going ahead and telling you right now, hypo again means like hypothermic, low, below body temperature, versus hyper, which is high, and hyper is the antithetical side of hyper, ER, hyperactive. That being said, if you haven't checked out my Spotify, please go ahead and do so, because I'm doing this in the longer format so you can get all the information in one bout and you can just hear me, you can pop me on, do some yard work, do some dishes, do whatever, and then get some information while you're doing it. That being said, let's get on into it, because I know how I probably lost about the majority of people because TikTok has TikToked y'all. NA. Some of you guys may already know it. Think about it. Comment below if you already knew. Now, it's one of these non-intuitive ones because, well, it refers to sodium. What the heck? Heck. Because Na refers to the Latin formal term, which is, in this case, and I'll put it in brackets here, natrium. Natrium is the formal term for sodium. Again, my cat scratched there. Thanks for amusing me. And significant. Now, looking at this pathology, we might go ahead and present to the emergency room with, if we're feeling maybe like, oh, kind of dead, maybe tired, maybe feeling like really shaky, feeling really weak, maybe even outside, you've been sweating a lot, and you haven't been really, consuming electrolytes, you haven't been keeping yourself adequately hydrated, so maybe you need to get some Venture-Pal, maybe you need to get some Stir, I don't know, maybe you need to get some LMNT, even though LMNT is super overly priced for what it is. But LMNT was the first electrolytic drink that I ever tried, because I've been hearing about it all in these podcasts. Anyways, Henry, shut up. Venture-Pal, hashtag Venture-Pal. This isn't a product placement, but I work with them and they are amazing, and I love their stuff, and it's much more cheap. Hypo, meaning low, N-A-T-R, it's the affix referring to, in this case, natrium, because look at that, we took the N-A-T-R, I'll put it right on into there with some word substitution, and then emia. Emia in the medical field refers to what? Because we've gone over this many a time. It really refers to presence in the blood. So if we etymologize back, well, we can do this actually from either direction here, but I'm actually going to go left to right. You guys can do it with me. What do we say hypo is? Low, right? Low or below. Natrium refers to, so we have low sodium, and then what did we say this was again? Presence in blood. There you go. If you're presenting to the emergency room with HypoNAtremia, you literally just have low sodium in your blood, aka you need sodium, you need to get those electrolytes in. You're presenting to the emergency room with wacky electrolytics. Maybe you have higher potassium, higher magnesium, and when you have your electrolytes out of whack like that, a lot of things can really, you can feel really bad, you can feel really awful. So you got to make sure that you get those in proper ratios, and also make sure that this person is probably severely dehydrated, so whatever water they're consuming, they're holding on to as desperately. That's what the body does when it's dehydrated, so it'll start to suck up water, and sometimes that will look like bloat in the face, bloat in the chest, in the arms and stuff like that, because a lot of the time when you are hyponatremic, you're going to try and hold on to any type of sodium whatsoever, because you're already in a dehydrated state, and sodium helps you retain water. It helps you actually, just like carbohydrates help you retain 1 gram of water per 1 gram of carbohydrate there is, I believe, something like that around. So that's why when you are doing a ketogenic diet and then you carb up, that's why you fill out, is because you start to actually consume all that water and you start to hold it again, because when you're in the ketogenic diet, you don't have carbohydrates that actually allow you to hold on to that water still. You just slough it off. That's why if you have ever done a ketogenic diet, if you've ever done a very, very carb restrictive diet, you realize that you pee a bunch, especially at the very beginning, because you're not only losing all that water, but you're losing a lot of electrolytes. So a lot of people that think that they have keto flu is actually just an electrolytic imbalance in your body. So I don't know, drink some bone broth or something like that. Get some sodium in there, because honestly, if you get an upwards amount of sodium on the ketogenic diet, because you're gonna need a lot of it, well, I guess I'm going on a tangent now. This is definitely not a short video. Then you're gonna feel a lot better, and you're not gonna have those presenting issues that people tend to have at the beginning and initial phases of a ketogenic diet. Hopefully you learned something new. And if you did, would really appreciate your support, or going over to any sort of other platform that I utilize. YouTube, I'm doing that a lot more now. Would really appreciate your support. Thanks again, y'all. That was to schedule right.